Hi everyone, welcome to the Safety Tips channel. Today I am breaking down how to carry out a quick but effective risk assessment before starting any job. As health and safety manager myself, I know firsthand that safety starts even before the work itself does. This is not just about ticking boxes, like you have a checklist and you are ticking boxes to indicate that everything is correct. No, it is about protecting lives. Now let's dive in. Step 1. To carry out an effective risk assessment, the first step is to stop and observe. Stop and observe. Before anything begins, take a moment to scan the area. And as you do that, ask yourself the following questions. What tools are here? What tools do we have in this area? What materials do we have in this area? How is the environment like? Is the space clean? Is the space organized? Is the space safe for everyone to operate in? Even a short pause can reveal a lot that can in the end save workers from injuring themselves or accidents from occurring. The next thing is to ask yourself, what could go wrong in this area? Could someone slip? Could someone trip? Can someone strain their back? Can someone get exposed to excessive noise levels, heat, or chemicals? Every job carries risks. That is what we all have to note. And it is your job as the supervisor or the safety person to spot all those risks early. This will save you from a lot of troubles. The first step is having done all the above exercises. Now is the time to assess the risk itself. I'm going to talk about the risk matrix. The risk matrix which comprises of a simple table made up of two axes, the likelihood axis and then the severity axis. How likely is this event to occur? And once the event occurs, how severe it is. Is it going to be too severe, less severe, or neutral? If something is likely to happen and could cause a serious harm, it needs urgent attention. Now, once you know the risks, take steps to control them. The importance of scanning the environment and all that is so that you can identify the risks. Once you identify them, then the necessary steps can be taken to forestall them. First is that you ask yourself, can we eliminate the hazard entirely? In other words, the source of the harm or the injury, can it be taken out entirely? If it cannot be taken out, then the next step is that can we substitute it? Can we put something in its place? Or the third step is that can we apply engineering controls? Can we ask the engineers to design something, mold something, a protective covering, for example, like a barrier, or installing guards on a machine which does not have any. All these engineering controls can also be used in controlling hazards. Then comes to what we call the administrative controls. Here we employ safe systems of work. We employ safety signs and procedures. We employ HR techniques, maneuvering or placement of workers in such a way that no one person is unnecessarily exposed to danger. And finally, we talk about the use of personal protective equipment or PPE. In fact, what most people know about is the PPE, the use of the PPE. But it has to be noted here that it is the least resort and not the first line of defense. Once the PPE is not in place, remember that the worker becomes exposed to the hazard. Now, step 5, having gone through all the processes enumerated above, now is the time to communicate with the team with the findings of our investigation. Now, before the work starts, gather all the team together and explain the risks and show them how you are going to manage them as a safety lead or as a supervisor of any team that has been asked to carry out a given task. And I always say this, if it looks unsafe, stop and speak up. In the workplace, it is always very important to speak up. This is an aspect of psychological safety. People should not be intimidated so that if something is not going right, they are not able to come out boldly to speak about them. If they keep putting things, imbibing things and suppressing their speech and their feelings, they will not be forthcoming with information, and in the end it will turn around to bite everyone. Everyone has the right to a safe work environment. In fact, that is what the Ghana labor law says. Everyone has the right to a safe work environment. Point number 6 is that you monitor and review all the processes that you have put in place. As the job goes on, you monitor it. If anything changes, like for instance, if the weather changes, when we're starting the job, it was not raining. Along the line, rain has started or it has drizzled. The ground has become wet. What do? Do we change the modus operandi or do we continue the same line? If there is a new equipment introduction, for instance, do we have to change our approach or do we go straight and do what we are doing already? Even if the team numbers change, if the number of people working changes, we have to make sure that the place is not too crowded or for people to run into each other to cause accidents. It is always important that you stop and reassess. Risk management is not one and done. It is not one and done. It always has to go through an iterative process of reassessing, putting controls in place, changing strategies to match what is the reality on the ground. Now, one may ask, why do we have to do risk assessment, or why does it matter at all? It matters because there are dire consequences if we fail to do this. Some of the consequences are that we can lose money. Skipping a simple risk assessment can be very devastating. We are talking about injuries. We are talking about fines. In countries where safety laws are very strict, once you fall foul of any of them, you will be subjected to a fine. It can also prevent downtime in process factories and in process manufacturing plants. Downtime is very important because time is equated to money, or the bottom line. So once you are not able to manage things and there is a downtime, then know that you are going to lose money. And most importantly, it can also lead to loss of life. People can die out of a simple process like risk assessment not being done. So if you are in charge of any job, make sure that you do that quick risk assessment. It is simple, it is fast, and it can save lives. I want to stop here for now. If there are any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to attend to them. Thank you for watching, and make sure you share and you subscribe for more safety tips and real life advice. Stay safe out there. Bye.